Hello. This reading is from my friend Elsie. And so once I get started into this reading, if somebody happens to pop on, I won't talk during once I've started the reading. So please be patient. I'm doing this live because where I live, my signal actually isn't very, very strong. So if I make the video ahead of time and try to upload it, it won't upload because it goes so slowly that it takes 24 hours to upload, and then it says error and tells me to do it again. So the only way I can really get a reading is if I happen to do it live, and then whoever it's intended for can come and watch it. So it's live because that's the only way I can record it, but it's not, I'm not here able to really chit chat. So while I'm doing the reading, usually what happens is if people pop on while I'm live and want to chat, once I shut this and now I'll go live again, and then we can chat. But once I start the reading, I won't stop to talk in the middle of it. So again, this reading is from my friend Elsie, and it's just a general reading of where to move forward, what we need to know, what she needs to know for her highest good. So I hope you can hear me. I've had all kinds of technical difficulties tonight. I do my live broadcast that I do on Facebook that I do either Sunday nights or Tuesday nights. I did tonight, and I had all kinds of issues with not seeing comments and all kinds of things. So rather than trying to do this on Facebook and do a video for you there, I'm using my YouTube channel, but I don't know if the sound is very good. I hope it is, and if it's not, I hope it's not incredibly annoying, LC, so it's hard for you to listen to. But I did want to get your reading out today, so I do ask that only guides, spirits, and angels of the highest vibration answer through the pendulum and through the cards, and I ask for grace, clarity, compassion, and objectivity during this reading, that I can interpret well and give you a message that resonates with you and is something that you can use through to help you move forward and give you some information what you need for your highest good. So the cards are flying out. Right now I'm using the Enchanted Map Oracle cards for you. This is a really great deck for just general life path and moving through our days as easily and smoothly as we can. So hi, just stumbled in. Hello, I did just explain, since you just popped in, that I'm actually doing this, doing a reading for someone specific. So once I start with the reading, I won't be able to chat. But once I'm done with the reading, then if there's something you just want to talk about, you can. So what I'm using the Enchanted Map Oracle cards, and then I have other cards here as well that I'll pull for clarification and that sort of thing. I'm starting out with a 3-card spread: dominant energy, what to focus on and what you're moving toward, possible outcomes, that sort of thing. And this reading is really just let's get through the day in the best way and most positive way possible. Where's my is so okay. So I like to look at the cards for a second. I have asked for grace, clarity, compassion, and objectivity in this, and that I can find something that resonates with you. So your first card, Elsie, is uh, really one of my favorite cards, and I really do. I love all my cards. I've been accused of having a rather intense relationship with my cards, and so, but and I say, oh my gosh, this is my favorite card, and they're beautiful. But this card really is one of my favorites, and I'll show it to you. I'll send you pictures of this if you want later, but I'm going to show you. It's the One Ring Circus, and one of the things that I love, and these are so hard to see this way, so I'll send pictures if you want to see it. But I love the One Ring Circus for a lot of reasons. But the first and most important reason is that's very much the dominant energy card is really what's the most important to me, really. And this card is all about uh, you got this. It's you are where you're supposed to be when you're supposed to be there. You're on the right path. You're on the right track. Regardless of the obstacles and the trials that we come across every day, and the things that kind of make us take a step back from time to time, and that kind of thing. Regardless of all of that, um, they're sometimes those kinds of things are just reminders that it's time to take a step back and take a little rest, and to remember how important rest is. Um, Sometimes it's because there are people in our situation and people in situations in our lives that are really just there for a season. They weren't meant to come in and stay forever. They weren't meant to come in and take over our lives and push us in another direction or anything like that. They're kind of passing through. And I'm not suggesting that they're any less important, really, but because there's always something to learn. There's always a way to grow and to move forward. But when this card appears, and especially as the dominant energy, it's telling you that you can be grateful for people um, being who they are and giving you their opinions. And everybody's got them. Everybody has opinions, and everybody they think. And sometimes there are people who kind of they talk because they like the sound of their own voice. And so, eh, what it's saying is, if other people are, kind of imposing on you and pushing their ideas on you and being insistent, let them. Doesn't matter because you have all the tools you need to do what you want to do, to accomplish what you want to accomplish. This is a don't let fear paralyze you, allow it to propel you type of moment. This is about, that those things that are going on that are kind of calming in and converging on us, and we start thinking, oh, am I supposed to be listening to that, or what am I supposed to get out of this, and what am I supposed to get out of, those kinds of things. Don't pay any attention to that. You are exactly where you're supposed to be. You have all the tools you need. This is you're the master of your own universe at this moment. uh, you don't really need other people's opinions. It's very nice to get validation sometimes, especially if we're on a new venture where we're moving into a new adventurous place, or we're wanting to try something new or step outside of our comfort zone, which where life begins, by the way. But uh, if you don't get that, it's okay. Don't pay any attention to them. Say, thanks, I appreciate that, and then do your thing. Listen to your instincts. You know that your instincts are never wrong. You have done the work. You've done the research, you've done the practice, you've put into practice all these things, the life skills and the experience and everything into your life and into your growth and into your forward momentum. You've done that. So you really have all the tools that you need. And when we have that sense of self-worth and that sense of confidence, other people can say whatever they want, and we can take it and we'll listen to them. There might be some great things in there that we can really use. Sometimes people's bad ideas are great inspiration, but don't let people who are speaking to you from their own vantage point, from their own experience, influence you or pull you away from the path that you're on because you're exactly where you're supposed to be. Um, you really are at this moment the master of your own universe. Your experience counts. Your perspective counts. Your opinions count. And they count just as much, if not more so, than anybody else's because who knows what you need more than you? And this is just a great big hug from the universe, from spirit telling you that you got this. And remember that you're always in co-creation. If you're really going to ask for assistance and for help and for guidance and validation, spirit's going to give you the answer that you need with your best interest in mind. So just know that you got this. This is a big card to have in your dominant energy. Um, it's a big atta girl and saying, yay, all the things that you've done leading up to this point and into making the decisions that you're going to make moving forward are pushing you in the direction they need you to go. So that's a really great card. Now, the next card that you got, and this is what to focus on. And I think this is a beautiful card. And you got heal the ouch. And let me tell you about heal the ouch. This eh, I love it coming next to your circus, to the one ring circus. Heal the ouch is all about letting things go. Sometimes we give a lot of weight to other people's opinions. Even if we don't follow that advice and we do what we got to do, the things that they say kind of eat at us and chew on us, and they tug on us a little bit. And this is about letting that go, letting go of all that no longer serves you, forgiveness of yourself, forgiveness of other people, um, uh, fixing things and making things right that need to be made right. This can be something as simple as taking a rest when you need it, or cleaning up the clutter, to something as complicated as repairing a relationship, or taking a different direction in your life. It can be something so small to something so big, but it's healing the ouch, because those are the genuine obstacles that we have in life. The genuine obstacles are the things that we allow to kind of stop us in our tracks. Um, so what you need to be focused on is, what are you allowing to hold you back a little bit? What are you allowing to be a limitation? And I say all the time in almost every reading that all limits are self-imposed. And there are times that it's difficult for us to see how we're creating these limitations and how we're preventing ourselves from moving forward. But one of the biggest and most common is when we don't let go of the things that no longer serve us. And one of the things about forgiveness, and I get a little bit of argument on this, because there are people who disagree, but I believe this with every fiber of my being. And this is something that I would only say if I've tried it myself. But I do not believe that forgiveness is true forgiveness if we don't forget. People say, I forgive, but I don't forget. I don't believe that you can do that. I don't think that we can say, I forgive you, but I will never forget what you did. Because what we're doing is we're casting a shadow over everything that comes after that. I have someone in my life that's a close relation in my life, that every time she gets upset with you, she drags up every offense real or imagined from the time that I was born until now. It's never just about today; it's about everything. And there's no way that that's forgiveness. whether the infraction was real or imagined, it's very, very real to her. So every time she's upset with me, I hear about every horrible, rotten thing I've ever done in my life. Our relationship will never be any more than it is right now because I will never be enough in her eyes. So I had to come to terms with this because this is someone very close in my life. I had to come to terms with this, that I am never going to be enough in her eyes because she can't let things go. And that's a pretty sad way to live your life. So what I had to do is figure out how to recognize that I am enough, because that's her circus and her monkeys. I can't do that. I can't constantly and spend the rest of my life trying to please her and make up to her for the rest of my life. And that's really kind of what this forgiveness thing is about. That's what this idea is about. I had to forgive myself for allowing her to be toxic. I have to forgive her for being toxic. And I had to recognize and just accept there are things that I can't change about that. And so now that I understand that and I have a better understanding of her behavior, even though she's never forgiven me, I'm able to forgive her. And so when I get upset with her about something, um, I don't do that. And by the way, I learned that with other people too. I don't do that. I don't go back and rehash. But I really don't believe that it's possible to forgive without forgetting. It's important that we remember the lesson. It is not important to remember where we learned it. I feel so strongly about that. And there's lots of people that disagree. They think it's important that you hold on to everything like that. But there are lessons that we learn because we need them right now. But that doesn't mean a year from now or a decade from now that we're going to need them. It doesn't mean that we're going to need them tomorrow. Sometimes the lessons we learn are just to get us through this moment. So you got this. Your one ring circus is telling you have everything you need. You don't need that. And let some of these things go. There's things that there's a reason that people can hurt us. And it's because there's things we haven't let go of. And and it's like scar tissue on a cut. It kind of builds up and it gets bigger. And then we open it again and it builds up and it gets bigger. When really, you got to quit scratching that itch. Let that go. What I love about this card is that forgiveness is freedom, because it allows us to move forward rather than holding on and fighting the futile fight. It allows us to move forward while allowing people to be who they are without allowing them to be toxic to us. Because even sometimes when people's intentions are very altruistic, it's still toxic. And if people make us feel sad, it's because we've allowed that. If people make us angry, it's because we've allowed that. We choose that. And sometimes we choose it because it's a subconscious knee-jerk reaction. When we forgive and we forget, there are no knee-jerk reactions. We take everything in the moment as it comes. And what a beautiful way to live our lives, to live in the moment and to see the magic of the moment. When we hit a trial, we see it as a learning opportunity. What am I going to get out of this? And how I'm excited, because learning is exciting. Movement, forward movement and growth. There's no such thing as standing still. We're moving forward or we're moving backward. So when we find ourselves in a trial or in a situation that's difficult, we can look at that as, oh gosh, I can't take this anymore. Or we can look at it as a blessing, as an opportunity to move forward. This may not be comfortable, but I'm going to come out on the other side of this better and stronger, and it's going to allow me to do the things that I want to do in a positive and a joyful and enthusiastic way. So that's a very huge thing. So it's a wonderful card to get. So what you need to be focused on is healing the ouch, whether it's past lessons, past experiences, past hurts from other things, whether it's forgiving ourselves for allowing ourselves for choices that we've made, for whatever, for allowing ourselves to be victims is huge. Every person on the planet at some point needs to forgive ourselves for allowing ourselves to be victims. And so this is giving you permission to let that shit go. Just let it go. And it's literally like taking a weight off your shoulders. It's like sprouting wings and being able to move forward freely, because you're letting go of the things that don't matter and making room for the things that do. How exciting is that? I think it's amazing. Then you got listening. And it's an elephant. Now, here's what we know about elephants, right? They're incredibly intelligent. And we hear all the time things about the memory of an elephant. And I don't know if you've seen that video on YouTube about, the elephants that learn to paint, and all those kinds of things. And but they're family oriented. I mean, elephants are really amazing, amazing creatures. If you don't know a lot about elephants, I encourage everybody to read about elephants and what they it's fascinating. This is about listening. And it's not just about um, listening with their ears. It's really about being in the moment and paying attention to everything that's going on and picking up all the information that you need, and listening to your own intuition, listening to what your gut is telling you, hearing all sides of a story, being objective and seeing all sides of the situation so that you can make really good decisions and good choices and feel confident that you're going into things with all the information that you need. So then when you have these people in these situations that come up that in the past would have made you question question yourself, are they right? Am I making the right, is this, am I doing things that make us question ourselves? That little bastard that sits on your shoulder and whispers, you can't, or you shouldn't, or you can't do that, or why would you do that? What a dumb idea. Let that guy off. You don't need him. You don't need him. That's not your higher self speaking to you. That's those knee-jerk subconscious reactions speaking to you, that telling you that you're not enough. And I am here to tell you, and the universe is here to tell you that you absolutely are enough. And you have the power to be who you're supposed to be and to let the things go that no longer serve you. Know that there was a time when those lessons were important to you, but you don't need them anymore. You can let those things go and let those people go. This is something that everyone needs to do. And it's hard because we really do want to believe that we have something to contribute and that we're worthy. And we are. Sometimes we've got people in situations telling us differently. Don't pay any attention to that. Move on. And then pay attention. And the other thing about this listening card, it comes up, the suggestion is it comes up because there's something there for you. There's something there for you to learn. There's something there for you to pick up. There's information that you need that's going to help you on your way on this path, on this amazing journey of this human experience that we're all in. So this means that there's things coming your way. And when we've let go of the things that no longer serve, and we've made room for all these miracles in our lives to happen, we start finding opportunities and seeing opportunities and recognizing people and situations as the opportunities and the blessings that they are. So that's a very exciting thing. So when we eliminate the clutter of toxic people, toxic situations, toxic ideas, toxic limiting beliefs, the other opportunities become very apparent. And they're so often, they've always been there. We just couldn't see them because we were shrouded in doubt and lack of self-worth and confusion and, just dust in the air, and silt in the water. When all of that clears, then all those opportunities present themselves. And it's quite simple to make choices that we need to make in order to live our best lives and to become our highest selves. And that's kind of what it's all about, is living joyous and enthusiastic lives and being blessings to other people and being able to do things. And, when we take care of ourselves and we engage in this type of self-care, we're not only a blessing to other people, we're a blessing to ourselves. And what a glorious place to be. It's so exciting. So let's get some confirmation cards, shall we? Let's see. I think I'll use a manifestation deck here to see what you need to do. Let's get some confirmation on, get some confirmation here on these cards and see if there's something specific we need to do that's going to help us along the way in this. I love this little manifestation deck because it gives us the first three cards tell us what we need to be doing. The second row of cards will tell us, things that we can do to get there. or tell us, yeah, that's exactly what you need to be doing. I love the little hugs from spirit, that say, yay, you're doing great. That's exactly what I was trying to tell you. So we'll see. I'm glad so far. I honestly, I had all kinds of technical difficulties with the live show earlier tonight on Facebook. So I'm glad we're not doing that. So let me get some confirmation on this one. And I didn't get the question out. This One Ring Circus. Okay, so One Ring Circus is all about how you have everything that you need, that you have the tools. And the confirmation card that you got this is accept heaven's help. You have everything you need. You're in co-creation in this life with spirit. And it's about accepting heaven's help. You've prayed for help. We know that every word, every thought goes out into the universe as a prayer, and spirit's waiting to answer those prayers. And so this card is about, you've prayed for help. You don't have to beat that dead horse. That's such an awful expression. I shouldn't even say that. I don't like it. I get such a visual with that. It's terrible. But One Ring Circus, if you're not really sure, if you're having one of those moments of doubt that you need help or that you're not there, you already have it. You already have all the tools, and here's one of them. Sometimes we have to just kind of get out of our own way. We try to do everything ourselves, and spirit really wants to be part of that. We are in co-creation with spirit in this life. We didn't just, pop into existence on this planet and get left. And we know that veil is very thin. Listen to your instincts, say your prayers, and then let that go. And allow, kind of get out of your own way. That's a wonderful gift that we don't have to do all of that by ourselves. Sometimes when it feels like the whole world's fighting against us, we do feel alone, but we've got the best ally. Okay, now, the next card was Heal the Ouch. And this is all about work, And the card that we got with this, which is going to be, how do we do that? And he got playtime. And I mentioned something about taking a little break and stepping back and clearing your mind. So if you want to heal the ouch, the best way for you to do that is take a step back. Completely remove yourself from that day-to-day mired in mud kind of a thing when you're feeling exhausted or you're feeling put upon, you're feeling questioned and pushed, or you're, whatever. And step aside, take a break. And playtime can be anything. It could be doing something that you love to do. It could be, whatever it is you do for fun. Painting, writing, reading, sleeping, any kind of thing. Something that takes your focus off of what's on and allows you to completely engross yourself in something that brings you joy. It's a form of meditation. I don't particularly like sitting around and just meditating. For me, things like exercise is huge for me, a huge meditation, because when I'm exercising, I'm not thinking about anything else. Scuba diving is my absolute happy place. When I get underwater, I strap a tank on my back and throw a regulator in my mouth, and nothing else exists. And I could be having the worst week of my life. I can get in the water for an hour, and when I come out, I am refreshed and renewed and revitalized, rejuvenated. And that's what this card is about, is take some time. In order for you to heal the ouch, you need to step away and take a little break. Do something that brings you tremendous joy. And if there isn't anything at the moment that brings you tremendous joy, take a nap. Or find something that brings you tremendous joy. You are in general a very joyful person. And I know for you, probably it's dancing and possibly teaching. So, but take a little break away from the day-to-day. Dance for the joy of dancing, or read something for pure pleasure. Just take a little break to step away, to rejuvenate, revitalize, and renew. Okay. And we get confirmation on this listening card. Please. Why is this card here? What do we need to know about this card? Oh, I'm having a card. Okay. What do we need to know about this listening card? A little more explanation. There it is. Okay. Listening, paying attention, being objective, keeping, seeing things from all sides. And you got watch your thoughts. Now, I already said it. We know that every thought, every word out of our mouth goes out into the universe like a prayer. In this one, you're asked to be objective and to look around. This one is asking you to be objective in a very positive and enthusiastic way. Be careful about how you are responding to the things going on in your life, and in particular, the things that are giving you distress. In particular, the things that are causing you to kind of lose your joy in the moment. It's that kind of, if you can't say something nice, don't say anything at all kind of a thing. But that itself is not even the most productive. If you can't say anything nice, find something nice. If you can't find satisfaction or can't find something to be grateful for in this moment, change your focus to something where you do find satisfaction. You need to change your focus is really what that's about. So, for example, if you're having trouble finding the blessing or the lesson in a particular situation, and it's very difficult for you to find satisfaction in that, rather than focusing on that specific thing, you've been asked to step away, take a little break, to rest, to play. And when you do that, what we want you to do is we want you to focus on the things where you do find satisfaction. This is about raising your vibration and getting out of that negative space and into a more positive one. So you may not be able to find a silver lining in this particular situation or whatever it is you need to heal the ouch from, but there's plenty of other things in your life that you do. I tell people to write it down because it makes it tangible. Some people like to do voice recordings and things that they can listen to. Some people make videos, some people write. I don't really care how you do it. But what I want you to do is, rather than focus on those things that are kind of robbing you of your joy, focus on things that do bring you joy. And I'll give you an example. I'm kind of in the middle of a struggle myself right now, and it becomes a little bit consuming. And it gets really hard for me to stay positive. And so what I did was I made a list of the things in my life. Very easy for me to be positive. And when I find myself falling into that place of worry or how am I going to get out of this, or what do I need to do, and how can I change this, and how can I focus, I start focusing on those things, like how much I love diving, how grateful I am that my health is better, that my strength is returning, that my wonderful relationship with my kids, my gift of reading cards, and how I feel when I get to do this for people. And so when I start focusing on this other area of my life that isn't really where I want it to be yet, rather than trying to force myself to find good things about that, because I get frustrated because I don't see a way out of that, instead, I just focus on other things. And what happens, and it's an interesting paradox actually, what happens when I start focusing on these other things and I quit focusing on that, this eases up a little bit because I'm raising I'm raising that vibration, and it's when I'm in that heal the ouch part, my vibration sinks and sinks and sinks until I'm in a place where I don't really want to be. So that's what this is about. It's about you raising your vibration. If you can't find a positive thing, if you can't figure out what the lesson is, or someone or something in your life is just so toxic that it's really just robbing you of your joy, shift your focus to those things that do bring you joy. And just let that rest for a while. It's not going anywhere. And then when you come back to it, you're going to feel renewed. And you're going to be able to see a lot of times, we say you can't see the forest for the trees. And that's because we need to step away. And when we step away and then we come back to it, we realize maybe there is something. And that's where we get our creative juices flowing. And we allow, those other good ideas and other things to bring us joy. And in the universe has your back card, there's a card in there that talks about how the universe responds very quickly to joy. And so the things that we need help with are going to manifest into our lives quicker and faster if we're in that positive place. So if you can't find a positive place here, you let that rest, go play, and focus on the things where you can. It's amazing how well it works. And I'm using this a lot right now because I'm in a place, so that's how that's going to do. And with this coming with the listening card too, there's also a suggestion that you're going to find those other things where you do have satisfaction, where you do feel joy and love and enthusiasm, and they're going to be all kind of right there, and they're kind of being pushed aside because of this hill the ouch nonsense that's going on. But this is really just a change in perspective and to move forward. So I love that you got that One Ring Circus card in the very beginning, because that card is essentially telling you, choose your battles. Don't let these things get you down. You are an amazing and perfect manifestation of spirit, and you don't have to sweat the small stuff because you have so much more to give than that. Don't let other people rain on your parade. So this is the Universe Has Your Back deck. And let's see, I want to see what kind of encouragement you get. This is kind of a manifestation deck. When I lean on the faith of the universe, peace becomes real. So we're right back to remembering that we're not in this by ourselves. The spirit is always there with you and in co-creation with you, and is there cheering you on every step of the way. And you got that kind of let's step out of the way, and include spirit in everything that's going on. Remember, everything that comes out of your mouth, every thought goes out into the universe as a prayer. And we have this feeling, and I think this is kind of a human thing, really, that we feel like we have to do it all ourselves. But not only do we not have to, it's not optimal. It's not the best place to be. So, my friend, know that you have everything you need, and you know what's best for you. Focus on the important things, and the things that rob you of your joy have no place. And it's okay to let those things go. And it's okay, and it's okay. We're going to do that sometimes. Just get back on horse. Just if you have a day where you feel bad, allow yourself to feel how you feel. That's cool. You need to do that because there might be a lesson in there that you can use. And then move forward and recognize that is just part of the journey. Recognize the blessing in that because it's important. We all really need that. And if you need help staying focused and recognizing how important you are and how worthy you are and how loved you are, you can always ask me. I'm always happy to let you know because that I love you. So there you go. I hope that gave you a little perspective and gave you some ideas on what to do. So I just pulled up from the Messenger Oracle, which is the nature deck. And the card you got is Embrace the Dark. And Embrace the Dark is it's okay to recognize that you're not always going to have all the answers. It's okay to recognize that some days aren't going to be you know, embrace the dark, no, embrace the unknown. Recognize that those things are blessings too, and new life. That's from the wisdom of the oracle with the things, and new life. Uh, that's all about new perspective and moving into that you're in the perfect place in the perfect situation to move into then the next place and where you're supposed to be. So, um, again, know you're loved. You take care of you. Don't forget to play a little bit. Let go of those things that no longer serve you. And I think you're going to far exceed even your own expectations. So, thank you so much for letting me read for you. And of course, as always, if you have any questions, you're certainly welcome to reach out to me privately. Um, and again, know that you're loved because you are very much. Okay. Thanks, Phil.